Hey YouTube, Stephanie here. I just wanted to come on and make a video about tips for a great twist out. I'm really going to focus on like extra medium hair because I know when I had shorter hair, I was always having a tough time trying to get really great twist out results. So I thought that some of the stuff that I've learned and found out will be able to help you guys. I'm not going to be twisting my hair on camera, I don't think, but you never know. So the first thing to remember is that healthy hair produces the best results. So like if your ends are looking rough, your hair is just dry and just blah, your twist outs are going to be blah. So just keep your hair in a good state. I usually try to do twist outs when my hair is pretty much all the way detangled. That hasn't always held true, but I've noticed that when your hair is a little bit more detangled, the twist outs look a little bit better because you're not fighting with tangles and knots as you take the twist apart. So yeah, that's the first one. Or prepping your hair for a twist out on mostly detangled hair. The second thing would be is clumping your curls together. Now I don't always do this, but when I do, I use a Denman, and the way you do it is, spray my hair a little bit. I'll just use this front part. Okay, so when you're clumping, see how my hair is pretty much detangled? I can just, go ahead and do that. And it pulls apart pretty easily. Alright, so clumping your curls together means basically you're just bunching them together. You're like smoothing them out, so to speak. You take your Denman and you're just pulling your hair through. So that's really all that clumping is, and that really helps my twist outs. But I don't always do it. I just know that it helps when I do. Another thing that is key for having good twist outs is whichever way that you plan on twisting your hair, it's good to first twist that hair in that direction so that all the hairs they're already in that direction, so you won't have as many flyaways. And I also like to smooth my hair before I put in twists or braids for an out style. So number 2 is clumping your curls together, and 3, rolling your hair or twisting your hair in the direction that you planned on twisting. And number 4 would be to know which way your hair twists best. Now, I didn't really realize that until, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, but my hair does twist better in one direction. Like, for instance, okay, when I'm twisting over, like this is the way that I normally twist my hair, and this is the way that my hair twists best. Okay, this is the way that my hair twists best. And then let's say if I'll take another piece. Alright, and I'll twist it the opposite direction. And like it still looks neat. Still looks neat. But let's say if I were going to keep the twist in for a while, you can tell a difference in the twisting styles. See the difference? I mean, and it's not a major difference, but like I know with some parts of my hair, if I twist a certain direction, well actually, for the I take that back. For this left side of my hair, if I twist in this direction, my twists look all weird and they're loose, they fall apart. But if I'm twisting them in the opposite direction, they come out really well. So this wasn't really a good example because they're both at the top of my head. And then, you know, these both look nice. But if I were to take a piece from here and twist it in that direction, it would just look crazy. But I guess I could take a piece of here. And I'm twisting it in the opposite direction. And can you see how you can't really see the twist? And it just looks crazy. See that? And it just puffs up. But yeah, so knowing which way your hair twists best. Now I know that it doesn't matter for the front of my head because these both look really, really good. And they're twisted in two different directions, you can tell. See the ridges? They kiss one another. So that's another thing to remember when twisting your hair, is knowing which way your hair twists best. And you'll only figure that out through trial and error. For shorter hair, when you're twisting and you want a really good twist out, like volume, fluffy, like it just looks amazing, you should section your hair in a U shape. So like you would section from ear to ear and then just go and just keep going all the way around. And you're sectioning in a U shape. And your twist outs, in my opinion, they look better that way. You know, they look better on my long hair too. I still use that same technique, but I know that when I had my shorter hair, sectioning in a U shape really helped. Also that helps short hair is sectioning in circles. Sectioning in circles around your hair all the way to the center till you have like one piece left and it can flop either direction. Another thing to keep in mind when you're prepping for a twist out or a braid out is parting and twisting your hair the way you want your hair to fall. So you're going to part it in that U or circle shape, but you're going to part it, like let's say for the front, if I want this side of my hair to fall on my face like that, then I'm going to make that part and then I'm going to twist that way, and these twists are going to come the other way. I mean, trying to twist your hair any which way and then expecting it to fall the way you want it in the morning, it's just not going to happen. Like, your hair always wins the battle, so just don't fight it. So to recap, that's twisting your hair in a U shape or a circle shape, parting and styling your twist the way you want them to fall. So the next one is when you're parting your hair for, well, this is good for twist, braids, mini twist, and out styles. You always want to do your twists and braids in a brick pattern. So like if you have a twist here and a twist here, you're going to have a twist directly underneath it in the middle, and over top it in the middle. Parting in a brick style makes your hair look fuller. And then if you're keeping those twists in, parting in a brick style makes it look like you have more twists or braids than you really do. Because if you part and twist every twist right underneath each other, you're going to have lines and gaps in your hair where there's no twist at. But if you're parting and twisting and braiding on a brick type format, it'll look better in the end. When you're prepping for a twist out or a braid out, it's best not to have a part going down the center of your head, because then you're going to have hair on either side and you're going to be working to try and cover up that line. Avoid the center part in your hair, and that's where the brick style comes in handy. Like, it's hard to try and fluff out with the pick or with your fingers to get that middle part out, especially when you have shorter hair. With longer hair, it's a little bit easier, but for a shorter hair, it's best to just avoid that part altogether. Another thing, for your ends on your twist, you can either twirl them around your finger like this, or you can just kind of rub it back and forth like that. I think, well, you're not going to really see the difference because my hair is not wet, and I usually do my twists on wet hair, which is another thing. Twist on my hair set better for the first twist out on damp hair. For braid outs, it sets better on dry hair. But if I'm doing second day, third day, fourth day, whatever day, then me setting my twist on lightly misted or even just dry hair with a little bit of oil works just fine. But normally when I do my twist, I do my twist on wet hair. But that's just my preference. Another way to have your braid outs look really well and twist outs look really well on shorter hair is at the root. Instead of, you see how I started with the twist? Instead of starting with the twist, start with the braid. And you just braid down a couple of rows. And that way the hair is close to the root and you're also stretching the hair. And then just combining two. And then you go ahead and you start twisting. That's one way to keep I guess lengthen your twist. The roots not be so puffy. Another way is to take your flatter that. See how much flatter that is? And longer. Look at this. Look at this. See the difference in length? Just by braiding a little bit. So braiding the root, it gives you length. It's stretching your hair, and it's also your roots won't be so puffy like this is. It's crazy how much my hair shrinks. But anyways, another way to do it is you take your twist and you gently pull and roll in the direction that you twisted your hair, and then you just pin the root like that. And it almost gives you the same amount of length. Braiding the root gives you the most length. Also, another tip for great twist outs and braid outs is sleeping with a bonnet as opposed, or some type of cap, as opposed to a headscarf, because headscarves you tie around your head and your hair is laying flat, so your braids, you might find your braids or twist being a little flat when you wake up and take off your scarf. But my twist outs have been better when I sleep with a cap on as opposed to a scarf. And like, it's not that the scarf is bad or the results are bad, but I can just get a fluffier twist out when my twists aren't smashed against my head. But I still get good results with a scarf. I just prefer a cap. So like, if you're going to use a scarf, don't tie it super tight. Tie it loosely so they still have a little bit of room. To recap those, that's twirling the ends and or rubbing them between your two fingers, braiding the root, and then twisting the rest of the way down. You can also even braid to like halfway, stretches your twist even more, and then braid the rest of the way down. Another way would be twisting and pinning. When you're retwisting for the next day, if your hair needs to be re-moisturized, it's best to like mist it lightly and then use a teensy bit of oil. You're also going to put some oil on your ends. One thing that I don't do that a lot of naturals do is I'm stupid, but that is when I'm untwisting, is putting oil on my hands to untwist it so that it's lubricated. And you can do that if you have, let's say you have hair that frizzes up a little bit more than others. You can put a teensy bit of oil, but only reason I don't do it is because I used to be really heavy with the oil, so sometimes I'd be walking around with a big huge grease ball if I'm putting oil after I mist and then oil to lubricate it when I untwist it. I don't do that. And usually I can like feel my twist. If it feels a little bit dry, then yeah, I'll put some on it, but I don't always do that. And then for unraveling the twist, like I said, you can put a little bit of oil on, but I always take my twist and twist it in the opposite direction so that my twists come out naturally, and you're kind of pulling it apart. You see how easy that just came apart? And then when you have the braids at the top, I just kind of let it do what it do. I'm not really pulling it apart. Like, I'll just kind of go like that, so I'm not really adding to any frizz or anything like that. And see, and that's with no product. There's really no product in my hair. And then with this one, take the pin out and you'll do the same thing, untwisting and just pulling it apart. And there you have my little twist out bang. Oh, for your ends, like when you're twisting them, after you twisted them, you can also set them on rollers to give your hair a little bit more definition. It's really cute. Like if you braid the root, then twist it, and then put it on rollers, the like different waves that you get after you've taken them all out for the twist out, oh, so pretty. Those are my twist out tips. Great twist out tips for extra medium hair. I don't really know if I fall in the category of extra medium anymore. Mine just might be medium now, or maybe medium, no extra. But I hope those tips helped, and see you in the next video. Alright.